Welcome to the main event. I'm Jacob, and that is Ryan, and we're back here with another episode where we talk about all things real graps and wrestling.
Hell yeah. Stop that noise, though, before we start. As of recording day, the men's hockey won the gold medal against Canada in OT.
Yeah!
Big win. They haven't gotten a gold medal in 46 years since the Miracle on Ice. This couldn't wait for overtime. This couldn't wait. This
That's
had to be said
before I was
now.
alive.
Yeah, I know. This couldn't be said till now. This had to be said now. This couldn't wait. This had to happen. Screw Canada. Sandheim got that silver, and then he has to go back and play Flyers hockey. I know he's trying.
I think this is beautiful booking from the Olympic administration. There's some real
booking
graps.
was
It's a 5-star
insane.
banger.
There was a 5-star classic. Hellebuck was unstoppable this game. I mean, it was plus 40 shots, and he only let in one goal. That's insane. So shout out.
So that's not unstoppable.
Well, pretty much unstoppable. Better than the Canadian goalie letting in 2. What's that about?
I'll say for me, the moment of the game, like I'd say my favorite moment of the game was when USA was at a 5-on-3, or Canada had a 5-on-3 power play, and USA was able to neutralize them. I feel like that was awesome.
They killed it. The big moment for me was the Hellebuck save, where it was like the backhand stick, and it was a wide open net, and he was able to like backhand stick it right just out to the outside. So clutch. Insanely clutch.
What about the
Stop
time he
the
got
play.
tripped and he still saved it?
He's just a goat like that. He's so good. And then he has to go play
Fly-
back with
Flyers
the
need to
Winnipeg
get him.
Jets. No, we can't. We don't like doing moves. We don't make big moves. But he's going to unfortunately get the reward of going back and playing for the Winnipeg Jets, who are terrible. So, you got your gold, but you're going right back there.
All right. Before we get too off track from our main topic around this show, it's about that time. We're here to update our top 5 wrestlers of the past month. So
That's right.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. I'm going to do more of like the red hot. So what I'm feeling is the best right now that's been for the past month. No particular order. I'm just going to say some names out here. First name I'm going to say is Swerve Strickland on AEW. He's been absolutely balling. I'm loving the storyline, and we'll talk about it soon because something happened this week with Swerve, but his feud with Kenny Omega has been great. Just the past month overall, he's been fantastic on the mic, which is a bonus for AEW because I know WWE is a lot better with promo battles than normally AEW, but Swerve Strickland's been a really big spotlight for me. So I'm going to have him on my top 5 list here for the hot wrestlers of this month. What you got next?
All right, so we're going to do a little back and forth.
Yeah,
here.
I think back and forth makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say, so for my list, I only have one name that was on my top 5 the last time we did this. So I'll go out and throw him out first. It's Obafemi. I love what they're doing with him.
Okay.
With them building him up to be this monster. And they're giving him some time on the mic, too. So it's not like he's just like this physical presence. He also has a character as well. I love what they're doing with Kit Wilson. They're starting another program with The Miz. And he's going to be a superstar. And I love what they're doing with him right now.
Absolutely. Obafemi's been on a roll and a rampage since post-Royal Rumble. He's been nothing but dominant and hasn't lost yet. So I completely agree with you. He's not on my list, though. He's not on my list. The next person I got, I'll take one from WWE. Give me Javon Evans. Dude's been lights out since he's moved up to the main roster pretty much. And he's made big moves. I know we're going to talk about it later, but he won the Elimination Chamber match. Absolutely huge for him, especially in that stacked matchup in that triple threat. You got Dirty Dom and you got Gunther. I mean, shout out to Javon Evans. He's just been really good in the ring. Insane ring work.
Yeah, I have Javon Evans as well on my list.
Let's go. All right, well, we agree.
He's awesome in ring. He has that. He has a lot of charisma as well outside of the ring. And
Absolutely.
I love what they're doing with him. It kind of felt like he wasn't gonna win this match, but like at the same time, he became undeniable with what he's done in the ring, and I feel like WWE sees that, and they kind of had to put him in this match. And he could be the guy that does like
Absolutely.
the crazy stuff and have that viral moment inside the
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber.
He's definitely going to pull the viral moments. Did you hear the thing that Kevin Nash said? Was it Nash
Yeah,
that said the remark?
he said he said it was being like a little bit too urban or something for being a baby face.
I don't know. I don't
know.
know what's going on with that. That was crazy.
And then he made an
take.
apology. And then he made an apology, and he said no one evaluate. Like it was like a pretty solid apology until the last sentence. He was like, "No one evaluates black talent like I do."
Oh my! What are we doing? Old head's got to get out of here. Stop talking with that. Javon Evans is fantastic, though. Unreal. I guess you can count that for on your list here.
Yeah.
Next up for me, I've got another WWE wrestler. Been great in the month. We talked about her last episode. Give me Kalani Jordan. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Great work in the ring with doing a really big spotlight over that Julia match that she had with her Julia, I believe is a tag team match. She's been making.
Oh, do you mean
great
Kiana
moves.
James?
Oh, Kiana James. My bad.
I was confused because I was like, you don't watch NXT.
My bad.
Really?
I meant her. I'm sorry. She's been doing fantastic though. I believe she won the Elimination Chamber if I'm correct. Yes.
Yeah, she won her match.
Yes, I'm sorry I got the name wrong, but she's been really great. And that's why I have her on my list. She's been red hot, and it's been a breath of fresh air for the SmackDown Women's roster to have her there.
Yeah, I have her also. I was kind of hoping you weren't gonna have her because I've mentioned her and kind of like praised her the last 2 episodes as well. And to be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of her. Like when she first got called up, she didn't really do anything the first like year she was on the on the main roster. And I wasn't really a big fan of her in NXT either. So I wasn't really sure what they saw in her, but these last couple months that we've seen from her, especially I'd say her big like breakout moment was in the Royal Rumble. And she hasn't really slowed down, and she's been proving she could be a top single star in the women's division.
Absolutely, and she has the great benefit of doing that because SmackDown roster is terrible.
Yeah, she's also in my top 5 as well.
That's fantastic. The next person I have on my list here, I'm going back to AEW for this one. Give me Andrade.
Ooh,
the past month,
he's
been spectacular in the ring, and he's been an immediate pull for the fans. I mean, the crowd work he does is just fantastic. I love the moxie. I love the charisma. I talked about him last episode, and he's just been keeping it up. It's a shame he lost the match against Paige, but I know AEW is gonna cook with him, and they're gonna put him in there somewhere. I just hope he's somewhere on the card in AEW Revolution because I think he deserves it. He's been on a hot run recently this past month, so that's why I'm going to give it to him.
I like that pick. That's a very strong pick. So for my next pick, I'm going to have it's going to round out the 3 big NXT call-ups that just happened. I'm going to have Trick Williams on there.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one. I was thinking about putting Trick down, but he's not on my list, but I agree with you. He's been really good.
He's been having very amazing character work as of late. He absolutely, like we talked about Javon Evans, even Obafemi, they both have a lot of charisma themselves. Trick Williams, if you look up the word charisma in the dictionary, he might be the picture that's there. He is awesome. He's had a great match against Ray Phoenix last week. Yes. We didn't really talk about that match, I don't think, but that was a great match. And then he just qualified for the Chamber as well. So that's another name that qualified for the Chamber on my list.
It's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. And we'll talk about it a little bit more maybe, but I know they're setting up something with Trick and Sami Zayn possibly.
They're doing a lot with Trick because they have the Sami Zayn. You could easily rekindle the NXT feud with Carmelo Hayes. He's kind of got something going on with Randy Orton as well. I really like what they're doing with the men's side of the main event on SmackDown because it seems like there's a lot of feuds that are intertwined, and we'll definitely get to that a little bit later.
Absolutely. I love the trick pick, man. My final pick here for my 5 hot wrestlers of the month, I'm going to go with Liv Morgan on WWE. Liv Morgan the past month has had some fantastic promos, and the most recent one, which was really pulling at the heartstrings emotionally with Stephanie Valkyrie and her, especially after like getting like the translated version of like what Stephanie Valkyrie was saying to her. I mean, it just makes the build up to WrestleMania that more important to me, in my opinion. She's been doing great mic work. I mean, the little dinner date on SmackDown was fantastic. That was hilarious. Winning the Royal Rumble, doing everything, even setting up a little bit of a possibility future feud with Raquel. It's just great. She's been doing great work on promos and in matches, and she's just been really fun to watch.
Yeah, I do like that pick. I've been a big fan of what Liv Morgan's been up to as well. I do have a different name for my final person in the top 5. And this one I am going to AEW, and I'm going to select Kyle Fletcher. I feel like whenever this guy's in the ring, it's just lights out. I love the style of match he works, and it's always a great match. It's going to be,
oh yeah,
you know what you're getting out of him.
He does such great work, especially with Mark Briscoe. They got so much damn chemistry in that ring, and he continues every day now whenever he's on the screen to just pull people in. He really is the protostar. It's fantastic. I completely agree with you. I don't blame you for putting him on your top 5. He's just been fantastic. So I've got a couple of stock downs. Just like some. I'm just gonna say some names. I feel like they've been getting a little bit cold. Not that they're bad, but like just like getting a little lower hype than what they were previously. So first off, not really his fault, but I got Mark Briscoe. I mean, he loses to Kyle Fletcher, and it's a small stock down, but he was not on Collision or AEW at all. No real presence after that loss. So he inherently, in my eyes, gets that lower mark right there. And I got Gunther next on my stock down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just think I think he's kind of lost the presence. The Royal Rumble getting thrown out of the ring pretty quickly. Then he loses. He hasn't really been in like many promos. Hasn't really had a presence on Raw, like too much, other than that Dragon Lee moment. I mean, he then loses to. He doesn't get pinned, but he does lose the Elimination Chamber match against Javon Evans and Dirty Dom. So he just hasn't had that strong presence as he did before. So I think he really did go down there. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
I kind of see where you're coming from. They did have him kind of get knocked out by Dragon Lee in the qualifying match. So I could see that being where they're going. I could see what you mean by that's kind of like a downgrade from what he has been doing.
Yeah.
I could see a big like point where he could go back up to the upwards path. Next week on Raw, they're having the AJ Styles tribute or whatever they're doing for him. And I feel like Gunther could play a big part in that.
Great opportunity to turn this around for him to get a better presence on the Raw scene. Another person I got who's just because of the stale feuding, I got Cody Rhodes. I think right now just he hasn't been where he was previously, and he's been just kind of stuck in the story. I don't think it's entirely his fault. I just think they've been feuding a bit too long, and we've gotten to that point where it's like, all right, let's like get the finish on this story. And just from the media, like looking on media and media pages and what fans are saying, Cody's kind of losing the floor right now. As being one of the bigger dogs. What are your thoughts?
I agree, and I wouldn't say it's his fault though. Like this booking,
I didn't say it was fault. I said the booking was
bad. I know. I get what you mean. This booking is like awful. And I think it will only be worse if he ends up winning the chamber and he goes, especially if it's a singles match against Drew at WrestleMania. It'll just be so boring.
Yeah, it wouldn't be great. I got 2 more. I got Jade Cargill. I got Jade Cargill kind of being on the lower end.
Getting mobbed
by Charlotte Flair. I'm just sorry. Just like how do you like make her as a strong champion and then she gets mauled by Charlotte Flair? Like, it just like I don't know. Like it's the way they portray her. It's almost like the show wants you to think of her as like an afterthought. The way they treat her. Nobody kind of respects her. None of the top card people like really respect her, which is just doesn't make sense because she does have the women's universal belt. What like I don't get it. I really don't. What they're trying. I don't know what they're trying to do with her. They have no respect for her. There's no presence from her, and I don't think it's her fault.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, we talk about booking, and Jade Cargill has definitely gotten some shitty booking the last couple of months.
It's been pretty fucking bad. And the last one's a low-key one, the Usos. I think they're on the scale down right now. For being tag champions right now at the moment, they had that botch with Alpha Academy in their matches. And we'll talk about it on the Raw recap, but they did just lose to the Vision. We got a little bit of a vintage summertime Vision experience in 2025. A little flashback reminder in that first round, but they lose again. I don't know. They just really they're losing their presence as being tag team champions to me. And it could change around easily, but that's where I have them right now.
Yeah, I can agree with those. I think those are all pretty, except for I think the one that I more so disagree than the names that you just mentioned is probably Gunther. But
that's fair. I said it was a small dip. They could easily change, especially with that tribute show.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. So we'll go into some of our recap stuff now. So, Ryan, would you like to start off with some of the AEW stuff that's happening?
Hell yeah. Let's get the AEW stuff out the way because we got a lot to talk about with WWE. All right. We're going to set ourselves with AEW Dynamite. Moxley versus Mark Davis in a Continental Championship Eliminator. Mark Davis Graps mentioned. Fantastic work to have him on the screen. Mox wins by submission. No chance in hell for Mark Davis. No chance in hell for Mark Davis. Backstage, Paige talking about how he wants to end MJF. And face him at AEW Revolution. Going to be a fantastic match because I think MJF is keeping the belt till then. The FTR comes out. They're doing their talking and shit. And they get attacked by the Young Bucks. And it's confirmed they want to face each other at AEW Revolution. Yeah, it's looking like a really stacked card right so far. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
With AEW Revolution, we'll be learning.
Yeah, and then I'm sure you're probably about to get into this. But we also are going to have a stipulation match with the MJF and Adam Page stuff. They haven't confirmed what the stipulation is, though. It's kind of assumed it's going to be a Texas death match with Hangman Adam Page. If he loses, he won't be able to challenge for the belt. But that's not confirmed yet. They're still thinking about it. And that will be confirmed this upcoming Wednesday on Dynamite. So we'll see where that leads to. But I think overall the Revolution card does look great so far.
Absolutely. So after the FDR gets attacked, Brody King in the backstage segment is talking with Bandito and says he's still looking to get that world championship. So his eyes are still on the upper card, which is good to hear. I know Brody King just lost, but it's important. After that, Fatal 4-Way, the Women's TBS Championship. Right? You got Willow Nightingale, champion. Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir. I hope I said that right. And
Shafir. You almost almost said it right the first time, and then you switched
it. and Mina. Oh boy, Shirakawa. I hope I got that right. Did I get that one right? Yeah,
you got that one right.
There we go. And Willow retains the championship for that one. So TBS does not move. I thought it was a pretty solid match overall.
I did too, and I thought that was the right decision for now.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that was perfectly the right move. And who doesn't love a good Fatal 4-Way, especially towards the end when they start picking things up.
Yeah, and I like how they didn't give either of the big heels the fall on this.
Absolutely.
Because Mina ended up taking the fall.
Poor Mina. So about halfway through the show by now, and they pay respects to Kerwin Silfies for his passing. So It was unfortunate for that news. Once that pay respects happens, MJF and Hangman Adam Page go face to face to build the hype for AEW Revolution. There's possibly a stipulation match. We were just talking about that, but that is going to be announced on Wednesday. Death Riders backstage segment. Mox wants Takeshita again, but no time limit, and opens that challenge up for that Continental Championship. And then there's a little yank match with Orange Cassidy and Ishii versus Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors. Orange Cassidy and Ishii win. But a bonus, Darby Allin blindsides Gabe Kidd in the match. So they might be setting something up with that. We'll see where that goes. Backstage segment, we get cut to the Don Callis family. Takeshita accepts the challenge, and the rematch is set for AEW Revolution. I'm excited for that match.
I am too. No time limit's going to be awesome.
No time limit. We're finally getting a decider. It's going to be fantastic. I've been really loving what they've been doing with the Death Riders versus Don Callis family. Just a total...
I totally agree.
Just a total great feud overall between two factions that are pretty strong in this company. Some more news. We got Hook was appointed as the temporary new leader of the Ops in a segment because Samoa Joe is injured currently. He's not really been on the show, so Hook is the temporary owner of the Ops at the moment.
And Powers Hobbs is gone for good too.
Yeah,
I guess it kind of like it gives Hook something to do while Samoa Joe's out. So I don't mind it because if not, he's just like he doesn't have it. He's just backstage,
right? I think it's important to keep somewhat of a presence for the Ops, especially with how like dominant they were previously. So I'm glad they are at least keeping it, like doing the best they can with what they got. Some other matches happened. Mordos versus Jet Knight. The winner was Jet Knight. Yeah, stuff like that. A little mid-card, lower card stuff. But we get to the main event. Swerve versus Kenny Omega. Oh my God, it was a great match.
This match was awesome.
It was a great match. Swerve wins, but the match isn't over after the pinfall because Swerve beats the shit out of Kenny Omega, saying, I needed this. And
you got it, bro. You got it.
It ends the show. Is this setting up a possible great feud? What do you think?
Well, if they're having matches like this, I think for sure like the feud itself would be great. I did see Swerve Strickland posted something on Twitter. He said it was like kind of like a checklist. It was Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and I forget who the last name was. It was one of the other like elite members.
Okay.
And so he looks like he's going for the elite. And I think it was Adam Page. It was Hangman Adam Page.
Oh yeah.
So they'll probably restart that feud at some point. I think this is the beginning. Looking at those names that he wrote down there, I think this is the beginning of a heel turn for sure for Swerve. Because at the time, it's kind of like these guys already hate each other, but they're both kind of faces. I think this is the beginning of a heel turn for Swerve.
Definitely. And very important. Like he's just been so good on the mic and everything. So I'm really excited to see what comes with this possibility of this heel turn. And I'm assuming most likely this feud's really going to pick up post Revolution. Because I believe the feuds they're feuding right now. There's enough things. So overall, just a great Dynamite. A lot of great setting up for AEW Revolution. The card's just looking stacked. And you know what? It led into a very mid collision. Let me tell you about it. There is some important stuff that actually happened on the collision, so I'm not going to say it was like bad, but it was okay. It wasn't too crazy. So, first off, the Trio Tag Team Championship was faced the Demand with Ricochet Squad and the National Belt versus Adam Page, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. The Demand loses. They retain the Hero Trio retains, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm kind of like the Trio's tag team belt has never really like pulled me in with hype.
Yeah,
I don't know how you feel about it, but
it just feels like it's kind of a nothing belt.
Yeah, they there's really no like they never really make it great. Like there's no like accolades behind it. Like, that really
Yeah,
pull me
there's
in.
only so many like factions that have three people that are able to go for these titles, and even then, like if you put single stars together, like we have now with the current champions,
Right.
it's still like not enough like contenders for those belts, in my opinion, and it just makes it not like worth it to be invested in those belts.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And you know what? I think it's also just utilized for like live at like people going in live for viewership because they want to see the big stars, and using these trio tag team matches are just able to allow them to have the stars on the show. Like having Hangman Adam Page on the show, that's definitely a big pull for AEW fans to watch Collision. So I think it was definitely just a profit mover. So next up, Death Riders versus Don Callis family in a vintage tag team match. We've seen this a lot of times. I'm glad they're still doing it. You know, they're just keeping it fresh, keeping it for the fans who do watch Collision. But this time around, the Death Riders tally a win over the Don Callis family. Nothing really much to say here on that,
Yeah,
unless you have
nothing.
something.
No, I got it.
Okay. The CMLL World Heavyweight Championship match between Claudio and Josh Alexander. Pretty solid match. I enjoyed it. But Claudio retains another title. Like, I'm just there to watch a good match, and I got one that time. You know, I was happy, especially watching Collision, because normally when I'm watching Collision, it's kind of a phone fest, and I have to watch my phone because it gets a little boring. But it definitely caught my interest for sure. Another note. Oh, you got something to say? My bad.
Well, I think that's interesting because we haven't really seen Josh Alexander do much since he's got signed to AEW. So I think that's a pretty intriguing matchup.
Absolutely. I would, for the fans out there who don't really watch Collision, I would definitely recommend watching that match. I think it was pretty solid. Up next, Ciampa in a little promo reassures that he wants the TNT title back. Sylvia.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we in the future we might see another rematch between Kyle Fletcher and Ciampa, which I'm cool with. I think I want to see more matches between them. I think they could build some great matches overall, and I don't know what stipulations you would see from that. Probably some more Extreme Rule stuff with how Ciampa is.
Another ladder match.
Another ladder match. You know what? I wouldn't hate it. I eat that shit up. So another big one is a main event match. The Rascals upset FTR in an Eliminator tag team match on Collision. Insane. So the Young Bucks distracted FTR to sell them their expected victory. And now the Rascals have a future tag team championship shot in like the future, whenever they choose or whenever that gets set up. That caught me off guard. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought it was just going to be another FTR win, but man, that definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah, I think that's definitely very interesting. I did see that online, so it makes me wonder if FTR will retain the tag titles or if they do end up doing like a friendly feud with the Young Bucks post Revolution.
That's a great question. I kind of want the Young Bucks to win AEW Revolution so they can I just get FTR out of that championship shot and see little Rascals versus Young Bucks action. I think that's what I want.
Yeah, that'll be
all the cards. The Collision card was solid. The women's side of things, nothing too crazy. I know, I believe Megan Bain faced Becca or something. They didn't really push too much this week. I know last week they had more women's like title related stuff. So hopefully next Collision they have more woman wrestlers wrestling. Because I don't know, the matches they had just didn't really like speak out to me too much. But I think they'll do it for AEW. I don't really got anything else.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to WWE. We'll start out with the NXT before we get to the main roster. I'll just go through some of the major stuff that happened there.
Yeah.
So I'll start off with this first. Um, Ethan Page defended the North American title against Shiloh Hill, and he set the record for most North American title defenses after winning that match.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
I think it's fire. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's interesting. Like, I didn't think he was that close, especially with people like Wesley and Obafemi holding that title. I was surprised that he has the most defenses now after defending. And then following the match, Miles Bourne attacked him and kind of convinced him to give him a title shot and stomped on his foot.
Oh no!
The rest of the episode was kind of centered around the Zarya and Sol Ruca story. There was a segment earlier on in the show where Zarya, like, they were kind of butting heads, and Zarya said, "We're not friends anymore."
No,
she said that to Sol Ruca's face. Sol Ruca later had a promo segment against JC Jane and the rest of Fatal Influence, and Fatal Influence started attacking Sol Ruca, and so while they're like beating her down, Zarya comes out, and she's kind of like calling for Fatal Influence to lift up Sol Ruca, and it looks like Zarya is about to like spear the living shit out of Sol Ruca. Until then, she goes and spears Fallon Henley and starts attacking and saving Sol Ruca from Fatal Influence. So they're holding off the turn for a little bit, but I do think that this kind of lit the fire a little bit more for this feud because it was getting a little bit stale, and I feel like this kind of mini plot twist did help out with this storyline.
There you go. You know, you get a little freshness in there, especially how long they've been dragging.
Yeah, and that's about all I have. Like, those are the major things that happen in NXT. I don't really need to touch on anything else, I don't think.
Okay.
We'll move on to Raw. We already talked about this a little bit. We have the Vision defeating the Usos and LA Knight.
Whew. Flashback. Back in those summer days, man. Oh, God.
It was a big summertime match. At least it wasn't the main event, though.
Yeah, that was tough times. Tough times during those days. You know what? It's not even a breath of fresh air. Is this like what it felt like to you? I just kind of felt like it was like, oh, okay, so it's kind of like filler. I don't really think it really went anywhere to me.
I feel like the only thing it kind of leads to is the Vision versus the Usos for the titles. That's kind of all I get from this. But other than that, yeah, I agree. And then post-match, we got the Masked Man. Ooh. Comes and attacks Logan Paul. Big shocker there. The Masked Man runs away.
Awesome. We love the Masked Man move for the 5th time within like a year. But
guess what? That's not the only mystery going on in WWE. We have a new mystery to find out.
Oh, yeah.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What the hell's in the box?
We have a big-ass box now on WWE programming that won't be opened until Elimination Chamber.
It's like a shipment crate. It's a legitimate like wooden shipment crate.
What's in the box? What do you think?
Dude, I have no clue what they're even doing with that. So it just kind of came out of nowhere. It just appeared on the show. Somebody shipped it here. There's a whole segment of Adam Pearce like, what is this? Adam Pearce didn't even know. They were so confused. The guy, I forget what the guy's name is, the employee who brought it in.
He had a clipboard with a blank piece of paper on it, too.
He had a blank piece of paper on the clipboard. I mean, it's very lazy for that, by the way, for having an empty clipboard. You could have just like typed a bunch of random like letters on it, and it probably would have been better than a blank piece of paper. But it says do not open until February 28th, which is Elimination Chamber. Man, I don't even know what would be in the box. You could say it could have been Chris Jericho, but I don't know if you guys know, but his contract's frozen. We have no clue on what the read on that is right now. Very up in the air at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it could go either way, to be honest. So I guess we'll really see. I could see it being the Masked Man in there.
That'd be the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I have no clue. What do you have like an actual guess on what this thing could be? There's no build up to this. It just
I have
arrived
no
on the
idea.
show.
I mean,
Uh,
I could see it being Jericho if like WWE had info on his contract,
right.
like if they knew that it was coming up at some point. I could imagine it's like Triple H coming out to announce a new era.
It's a new era. It's a new era. I've come out of this box to reveal that the crowd size is at an all-time record high of 63,000.
I don't know though.
Oh,
This could either be the most nothing thing possible, or it could end up being something really cool. So I guess we'll see where it goes. I'm leaning more towards it being a big nothing.
I'm gonna do a shot in the dark here, and I'm gonna say they're bringing back the WWE draft. It's gonna be the draft podium. Shot in the dark.
Okay.
That because 2K26 had the draft thing brought up. I don't know. We haven't seen the draft in what, 2 years now? Has it been, or just one full year?
It's been. I think last year was like the first full years. It's been a little over a year.
Okay.
Probably getting to a year and a half. Maybe I think if it goes past WrestleMania, then that'll be 2 years.
Okay. With the no connections of anything at all, the only connection we have with the box is Adam Pearce saying, "What the hell is this?" in the middle of his thing in the blank piece of paper. My guess is possibly the return of the NFL, not the NFL, the WWE draft podium.
Oh, we get the
big
NFL
reveal
draft.
to reset that up, especially with how many big stars in NXT there are. Maybe they're just bringing that back to bring order into what they want to do. Because I know they're kind of like up in the air what they do with like show separation. They had the free agency board. Like it's just very out in the open at the moment. So they might want to bring a little bit of structure back into that. That would be my only guess right now. It could also be Chris Jericho too.
I've seen some people kind of guess that it would be Danhausen, who was a comedy character for AEW that hasn't really been on the show in a while.
No, that's dumb.
So I could see that too. I think that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Moving on, we had Asuka advance into the Elimination Chamber. That's who I predicted. And then another post-match segment after that. Maxine Dupree attacked Natalya, or Natty now.
Oh, yeah. We're building something good there. We're eating good. So I like what they're doing with the Maxine Dupree Natty situation, building that feud up. It's good to see Maxine Dupree get kind of that role now. I before she's kind of been an afterthought on the women's roster, but I'm really glad that she's seeing like basically her first feud pretty much, other than the Becky feud that happened for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice. I think it's a breath of fresh air for that Raw division. I like it. Unfortunately, I was wrong with my guess, though. I have no problem with Asuka winning, though. She's going to be great in Elimination Chamber. I think she'll be. It doesn't change anything. It's only going to make the Elimination Chamber much better.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's kind of like weird because it doesn't feel like she'll win the Chamber because we kind of already saw her versus Jade.
Nah,
but it'll definitely increase the match quality for sure.
Yeah,
and then after that, something we already kind of talked about. We had Stephanie Vaquer making Liv cry in that backstage segment, and I thought that was pretty crazy to see.
It's an emotional segment, especially when you know where Liv Morgan came from. To say she didn't like work for it at all and that she just got in just because, it's definitely like it's one of those promos that like go outside of like what WWE is like character building. There's a lot of real stuff in Liv Morgan's story, like where she started from. Because didn't she like work at Hooters and stuff? Like, I mean, before she was like,
yeah,
like she started pretty low and then she worked her ass off to get up to where she was at. So she definitely did earn her keep. I don't know. This kind of builds a little bit more. Like, if anything, this made me root for Liv Morgan more.
I agree.
I don't know what they were going for with that, but I'm on Liv Morgan. I'm on Liv Morgan's side.
Well, it also kind of made me like, because before it kind of felt like Liv was a foregone conclusion to win the title at WrestleMania. But now, like after that segment from Stephanie, if they keep like doing this, like letting her do what she's more comfortable with, like in using her Spanish speaking skills, it kind of made me want her to like retain the title and see what else she could do with that as well.
Yeah. It also put Liv Morgan into a spiral if she loses to Stephanie. So definitely just a big just leaves a lot of questions for that matchup.
It makes it a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah. 100%.
And then we had another segment with CM Punk, and you kind of called this storyline going into this direction. CM Punk pretty much told Finn Balor that Judgment Day is holding him back, and he kind of said that to him
Right.
and Judgment Day's face. So, do you still see it going that way, or what do you see happening in this feud?
I'm excited because I think it is going that way. I think this Elimination Chamber match is going to happen with Finn Balor. He's going to lose, and it's really going to fuck with his mind on what his values are going forward. I could seriously, I call it hopium, call it copium. We could be seeing that Finn Balor big title win within this year down the road. I'm thinking a SummerSlam Judgment Day breakup and then a Survivor Series belt win. The way this is going, I can already see it in my head. I'm excited. It's made me a lot more excited.
You think they're going to wait until SummerSlam to break him up?
No, they're gonna break up, but like the big blow off match will be at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Like they're gonna
Yeah.
have their vengeance match.
Could you see like something similar to SummerSlam a couple years ago when Finn Balor cost Damian Priest the title match? Could you see something similar to like Judgment Day costing Finn Balor this title match at Elimination Chamber?
Maybe not this Elimination Chamber, but I bet you at it like a B level PLE, like a King of the Ring, a Backlash. They're after like that. They need that moment. Like Finn Balor's got to lose on his own with the help of the Judgment Day first to realize like I don't need him. Like I could do this myself. I'm learning this more. Like they almost got in the way for me. Like I'm really am getting held back by Judgment Day. And then once he like has that big moment, that could be at like WrestleMania or something. That could be like on a Raw. Um, then he'll have that belt match somewhere else, and then he gets screwed by the Judgment Day, which does the build up to the breakup and then the eventual vengeance match at SummerSlam. But that's what I'm thinking right now in my head off the top. Like
Okay.
I think they got kind of a route going here. I'm excited. I will say that promo is just like it's building up excitement because we know it's really hard to build excitement for a match. You know Finn Balor's not going to win, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
like kind of a guarantee that CM Punk's going to win. That just makes this like these promos and like this little mental battle with Finn Balor just makes that match just that more interesting to watch, which I think they're doing a great job with.
Yeah. Um, I think I would prefer comparing to what you the direction you see it going. I think I'd prefer them to do it a little bit quicker. Um,
Okay.
I think it would be cool to see Finn Balor say like tell the Judgment Day he wants to do this by himself again.
Okay.
And then they come out and try to help him, and he's kind of like, and the distraction of them trying to help him kind of cost him the match. And I feel like that could lead to a Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental
WrestleMania.
Championship at WrestleMania.
I would love that. That's kind of what I was getting at. They were going to help him at the Elimination Chamber match. They fuck him over. That puts him over the edge. The breakup happens. The challenge happens at WrestleMania. And then they got to fuck him over on another belt shot. So this could be like at a Backlash. This could be at like I said, a King of the Ring. Whatever they want to do it at. I would prefer Backlash to keep just the story hot. And then they can have this like little war that's going on, which I like. There's so much you could do with this storyline. It's gotten me really excited.
Yeah, I agree. And then moving on, continue with the talking about Intercontinental Championship. We have a new number one contender, and that is Penta, who defeated El Grande Americano for the title shot. Do you see Penta finally winning the Intercontinental Championship here?
Ooh. Oh man, You know what? So I don't think he's going to win it off Dom. I think he's going to get another shot and possibly win it off. Just going off the story we were just talking about before. I think we need that Dom Finn Balor match for Intercontinental. Finn Balor gets the win, and then the Judgment Day screw him over, and they get the Intercontinental back. Penta gets the Intercontinental from Finn Balor due to the Judgment Day fucking over Finn Balor. Okay. I think they delay Penta's win after WrestleMania because I think Penta does deserve the Intercontinental belt.
That's almost a 2-month delay. For the number one
contender. Well, it could also happen on Raw. It depends. Like from the route I'm taking here, maybe you do like a little inner weekly feud with the Dirty Dom and Penta, where maybe they have like a little back and forth. Take the belt off each other.
Yeah,
and then you enter this. That way, it's like still hot potatoing and it's still interesting. And then you keep that way. You save up for that Finn Balor eventual beef match with Dirty Dom at WrestleMania. That way the Intercontinental is just not sitting on his ass doing nothing, and Penta still gets his opportunity, his flowers, because he does deserve the Intercontinental belt for sure.
Yeah. I think kind of like what I was talking about with the Elimination Chamber stuff with the Judgment Day, that kind of makes me, because I kind of thought Penta would win after winning the contender match. I could see them holding off on that, and honestly, I don't really see him winning the Intercontinental Championship, at least anytime soon. I'd rather see him like in the tag title picture with Rey Fenix. Obviously, I feel like that's what everyone wants, except for Triple H, apparently.
Well, I know Rey Fenix would need that too, but I feel like he deserves at least one Intercontinental belt hold. He's been on Raw, putting up great matches overall, so I'd love to see him with the Intercontinental, even if it was for a short period of time. It doesn't have to be like crazy long.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then in the main event, we already touched on this a little bit, but we had a good, a shocking surprise in the best way possible. Javon Evans advanced to the Elimination Chamber, defeating Dominic Mysterio and Gunther. Gunther got taken out in this match towards the end of the match by Dragon Lee. What are your thoughts on this? On anything about this match?
Great match. Great decision to go with Javon Evans. We kind of both called this in the previous episode, and I'm glad it happened this way. It would have literally made no sense if Gunther was in the Elimination Chamber because it would have pressured to keep his priority. Like if he was in the Elimination Chamber, you feel like you would have to win to keep him on that high level that he's at right now. And they did the right thing with the screwing over, but it does kind of at the moment make him look weak. But I know that's going to turn around real quick. He's going to screw Dragon Lee real bad. And all right, because of this match, do you feel that Gunther may have like a little beef match with Dragon Lee at like Elimination Chamber as a little have strength on that card there?
I could see that. We've seen Gunther kind of have matches like that in the past when he had the Intercontinental Championship against like lesser known, or not lesser known, but lower level competition compared to him. And obviously Dragon Lee's great. So I mean I could see that, and that would actually be really intriguing. Unfortunately, I don't see it with the way WWE's been booking premium live events recently. I think this would be more of
There's
like
only
a Raw.
4 matches allowed. They can't go go to 6. They have to have 4 for whatever reason. even though they're on a streaming service, they don't have to go a certain limit. They can do whatever they want. They're a company. It's not like they're on TV. Doesn't make any damn sense. I got major
But that kind of makes me lean more no, but I think it would be very like I'd be pretty happy if they end up doing that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, even if it didn't happen, would you want that? Like, I would want that. Just that little beef there between Gunther and Dragon Lee. It doesn't have to be a crazy long match either. It could just be a big, spectacular viral spot match. Dragon Lee doing everything he can, then he gets like destroyed by Gunther.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. And I think that could definitely have a PLE feel to it, but maybe not to the eyes of a booker. So I don't know.
Or the stockholders, I guess, because they love 4
Yeah.
matches in 3 hours. That's insane.
I think that's about all we had for Raw. Uh,
Yeah,
so
I think overall great Raw.
moving on to SmackDown. The show opened up with Tama Tonga against Ilya Dragunov.
Dude.
And that was a pretty
They've
good
been-
match. What do you think about the
Yeah.
direction they're going with Tama Tonga right now?
So he would have been on my honorable mentions for top 5 hot wrestlers of the month. He was in an honorable mention. I thought about putting him there. They have been low key, like, really building him up to be like this bigger card presence than what he was before, which I'm really intrigued. Like, I don't know how much they're going to push into this, but it definitely has me interested.
Yeah. I guess my main question around it is, do you think Tama Tonga at some point realizes he's too big for the MFTs and he decides he wants to leave and go solo? Because we kind of have that subplot storyline with Shinsuke where he's kind of like trying to convince him that like he doesn't need the MFTs. So do you see it actually
Yeah.
going that direction, or do you think that's kind of all just like white noise?
Man, it's hard to say. They've been kind of pretty stale with the MFTs and what they want to do with them right now. I would say it's one of those things Triple H will keep in his back pocket, and he'll sit on it for a really long time till no one gives a shit about it, and then he'll pop it out of nowhere. So I feel like it's one of those situations. Right. Like he'll reveal it and everyone will be like, well, that happened like 6 months ago, Triple H. But I think you could do that. If I were them with where the MFT, I would say normally no if the MFT was being pushed decently. But where the MFT right now, where they're like kind of like this weird position of being like just stuck in this tag team hell where they can't like get one guy up on the upper card. Like they keep throwing Solo in those possible upper card matchups, but they always have him lose. So he's never really like that strong of a presence at the moment. So Tama Tonga having this push, I agree with you, definitely could fill the pot here and like really get things going for the MFTs. And you know what? I would be really interested in him doing like a little breakup thing. I think that would build something important for the Solo Sikoa as well, and I would love that. But I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah, and we've seen Solo in these kind of like feuds with his family because we saw it with more notably Roman Reigns with that storyline there. Right. So we could kind of see that again and it wouldn't be at the same level, obviously, because it's Roman Reigns, but we could see Tama Tonga and a Solo Sikoa feud if he ends up leaving.
Exactly.
Next up, we had a Jade Cargill segment where she kind of said, "I'm that bitch," and then the left again. But backstage, I think it was later on in the show, but backstage, she was back there with, surprise, B-Fab and Michin. They're back.
Oh, the mid-carders are back in a wave.
And I thought this segment was absolutely ridiculous, and they need to like just end this feud immediately. Because like the whole segment was just Michin trying to get Jade Cargill to flinch with a kendo stick.
I don't know. It's so waste of time, and they're doing such a shitty job with Jade Cargill. It's absolutely just really unfortunate for her. I mean, what like we just got to drop it with Michin and B-Fab. I don't know what they're trying to do here. You can't uplift these mid-carders with somebody who's also horribly booked as the belt owner.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, this feud does nothing for anyone because everyone knows that Michin and B-Fab aren't going to win the title or even, like...
Right.
They won't even, like, pin her in a non-title match. I would hope not, because that would be awful for everyone.
Well, every match they've had, like, before that wasn't even a title match, they were getting squashed. So why should I give a shit? There's been no growth past their squash matches against Jade Cargill that would make me even interested in them. Like they had no growth to even like get to the point where they would even compete against Jade Cargill. It would just be another squash if they had a match. What is it going to be? A handicapped 1v2? I still think they would lose in 5 minutes.
That's where I see it going, and I see them getting like stacked and pinned. It's double pinned.
It's gonna happen like that. It's just stupid. I agree with you completely. This does nothing for either side. This actually makes Meechin and BFAB worse. And this means nothing to Jade Cargill because there was no growth from BFAB or Meechin whatsoever since they've been in the show.
Yeah.
Beefing with them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We then saw the women's qualifier match between Kiana James, Charlotte Flair, and it was Nia Jax, right? Nia Jax was the third one.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
yes, it was. Yes.
And it kind of felt like it was going to be Charlotte Flair was like a guarantee to move on, and
especially with the stare down mogging.
Yeah, and they went a completely different direction and have Kiana James in here, and I felt like that was also a pretty pleasant surprise, similar to Javon Evans. It's a bigger surprise than Javon Evans was advancing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I feel like no one saw this coming, but Kiana James has been proving herself lately, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was a last-minute decision for WWE to put her in this match.
You know what? Because honestly, like Charlotte Flair doesn't really need it, and honestly, Nia Jax doesn't really need it either. If anyone was going to need that spot, it would be her, and I would have been fine. I would have even been fine with Charlotte Flair like making the Elimination Chamber, because I know she does some pretty good work in the ring. But I love, especially the way they pinned Charlotte Flair. I think that's an important thing too. The little sneaky pin just adds that much to Kiana James, like getting the win, like getting the gritty win. And it keeps Charlotte Flair as a presence too. Like I think the finish was done correctly. Like it was a perfect way of doing that whole match as a whole. Another situation though where they fuck over Jade Cargill, just absolutely getting mogged by Charlotte Flair, and then for her to lose, it's like more loss for Jade Cargill. I mean, what are they doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Maybe they have Alexa Bliss win the chamber and then have Charlotte Flair be like a Road to WrestleMania feud for Jade. I don't know.
All right. They barely. I will say every time Jade Cargill walks up with the belt. Go ahead. What you're saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious the backstage segment after Charlotte didn't make it. She was like, I feel so sorry for you. Your friend isn't in Elimination Chamber with you.
Oh my gosh. It's just so sad, man. Jade Cargill is getting dogged in the booking department. Jesus. It's just terrible.
Speaking of getting dogged, we had Obafemi squash Kit Wilson once again.
Yeah,
I thought this one. I thought this was awesome because we had Kit Wilson reading his poems to Obafemi, and then Obafemi just like threw him into the ring and started beating his ass.
It's great. I love it so much. Just another great moment for Obafemi. And you know what? I know he's getting squashed right now, but Kit Wilson's fantastic. I mean, he's just the way they made him. I can't say that enough. Great point where he's at right now. I'm excited once he stops getting squashed by Obafemi. I'm excited to see where it comes from, like where he goes next.
Hey WWE, this is how you elevate a main eventer and a mid-carder together by having them squash each other. This is how it's done. Not whatever you're doing with Jade Cargill.
You know what though? I think the biggest thing is like just how correctly they're doing Obafemi as this big monster. He's on the mic. He is that presence. And the people he's going against, they're not like pushovers. Kit Wilson was recently really hot with like his return and like his new theme. Like everyone was loving him. So that definitely helped Obafemi with the crushing, like just showing like what he does to superstars. And the War Raiders, like him just going in and destroying the War Raiders. The War Raiders are not a pushover. Like he is like they are a solid tag team. So and I don't think it makes the War Raiders look bad. It just makes Obafemi look great. And I really love how they're doing that.
I completely agree.
Just a fantastic position overall for Obafemi, and nothing against on the War Raiders either. I still think of War Raiders as the same position they're at. Still a great tag team that need to be back on the show more often.
I completely agree. And then I do think the War Raiders won the AAA number one tag team contender match or
That's good.
something like that.
I
So
got to catch
they'll be
myself
doing
up with the
something.
AAA.
I feel like that does help Obafemi too because he beat the AAA number one tag team contenders as well.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
moving on, we did see Trick Williams advance to the Elimination Chamber, defeating Carmelo Hayes and Damian Whippa Priest.
Yeah. This was the right choice. The fans are behind Trick Williams. I mean, it's a no brainer. You got to push Trick Williams where he's at right now. I mean, when you got a guy and they're immediately chanting his like entrance and stuff, that's you got to push a guy like that. You got to, especially with the same thing with Obafemi. Just both of them have that presence and star ability that they came in immediately onto the main roster and proved exactly what they are there for. And they've done, and you know what? It's just a bonus for WWE. They've done everything right with those leaders moving up, even with Carmelo Hayes. They've all like just been getting pushed in the right direction and exactly where they need to be currently on the roster. Just great job from them with development wise. Gotta give them their flowers, even though they're stinking it up in other areas.
Yeah, Trick Williams has done amazing, and the booking for him has been outstanding. And I'm excited to see where they go. He's got to have a WrestleMania match, and there's a lot of routes. And I kind of talked about this earlier. There's a lot of routes they could go with that.
Completely, yeah.
We have Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, and you can even go back to Carmelo Hayes if you wanted to. And even he's in the Elimination Chamber match, so he could go after Drew McIntyre if he wins that. So we'll see where they end up going with that. We did see Rhea Ripley go against Julia in a one-on-one match. This was supposed to be Io Sky versus Julia for most of the day, and then they changed it like a couple hours before SmackDown, which I thought was really interesting. And it's a little bit confusing because it's not like Io Sky wasn't available because the match got interfered by Lash Legend and Nia Jax, so they're continuing that storyline with the tag champions.
Let's go.
And then Io Sky came out and made the save, which I thought was pretty interesting. I feel like Rhea Ripley would make more sense as the person to make the save. So I guess they want to save Io Sky and Julia for a bigger stage. That's the only reason I could see them doing it that way.
I think that's fair game. I think I liked that Raquel was the one that went against Julia because for that exact reason. I think Io Sky versus Julia would be better on a bigger stage. They could set that up with more build up. And it's more of a match that like you pull in. Rhea is just does a really good job like on a consistency in ring.
Just overall, sure. She's definitely one of the top for women's for sure.
She will always have a presence no matter where she's at on the show. So people come to pay to see her. So I totally get it. And you could say the same for Io too, but I think Rhea is just a bit higher on the star power scale. Like just like what?
Oh, she's definitely one of the biggest names in all of WWE.
I think she transcends WWE. She people know her that don't even know WWE. I talk to people and they know like of Rhea Ripley and they don't even watch the show. So she definitely hit that transcendent point. The match itself was good before the interference. I think the one move I'm trying to remember, it was like that slam with the on her head, onto Rhea's head.
Yeah, she did the stomp.
Oh, dude, that was a nasty hit. That looked really good.
Speaking of transcending WWE, that clip has kind of gone mainstream. And it's kind of like messed up because that happened during like commercial break and it kind of just went viral on social media.
Yeah, it's messed up. It is. But it was a really good move when I saw that. It's just fantastic.
And then it leads us to the main event. Aleister Black versus Randy Orton. This was a pretty solid match overall, I would say. And then WWE had to throw a little interference in there for someone that has nothing to do with Randy Orton at this point. With Drew McIntyre attacking him, giving Aleister Black the win. I'm confused by this because Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre really have nothing. The only thing like tying them together is that Randy is in the Elimination Chamber match. So I don't really get the point of attacking him at this point. That's where I'm at with it, at least. And then Cody Rhodes came out and saved when tried to attack Drew after that.
Yeah, it's a WWE vintage. They got to have somebody intervene, and it was definitely the most just questionable call I think I've ever seen. I didn't think Drew McIntyre was going to do that in that match. Like, I don't know. It's really weird. Not really sure what they're going for with that one. Are they like trying to make Drew McIntyre just be a dick to everybody? Like, I don't really think like I like him more when he's just being an asshole at the like top of the like earlier in the show when he was like at the top of the stands like taunting Cody from down there like and just
I have this
like
suite to myself.
exactly. Like I like him more when he's doing that, just randomly attacking people that had nothing to do with him. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't seem like him either for where his character is.
Yeah. Especially because they have nothing to do. Like, it doesn't really. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. A little segment we didn't talk about was the segment behind Cody and Sammy in the backstage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Sammy was kind of pressing Cody a bit about like how you already finished your story. I've been having my story for 10 years. And Cody basically said what a lot of other people in the locker room have said to Sammy before. The only one holding back yourself, like you, is you. Like you're you keep making up these excuses and everything, and like what's going on. Like you yourself is what hold you back. And Sammy broke down. He just like pissed off. Like he didn't do anything to Cody, just nothing. Just so broken and pissed off. And then Trick Williams like taunted him, possibly setting up a little feud there. Where do you think they're going to go with that with Sammy?
I thought that was an awesome segment, and it kind of did get me hyped up for what's to come with Sammy. He did apologize for pressing Cody a little bit afterwards, which doesn't really make too much sense. But the seeds are planted there for Sammy at least, so there's a direction they could go with that. I guess it just depends on where I feel like the forefront of this is where they go with Trick Williams with his WrestleMania match, because this kind of does build up the Sami Zayn part of that a little bit. And then we also do have the Randy Orton who yelled out, "Whoop that trick," before doing his DDT to Aleister Black in that match, which is kind of random. But
that's Randy. Randy does that stuff.
Yeah. It builds up that side of the feud as well. So I think what we see with Sammy does kind of go off of what we see with Trick Williams a little bit.
Yeah. And is there anything else from SmackDown?
We did have Jordan Grace is going to have a match with Candice LeRae. We had that build up a little bit backstage with the mystery box in the background. And Johnny Gargano was laying on top of the box as well for some reason.
Nice. More box shit. Awesome.
For the fans, I do have a topic I want to talk about, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to do a little teaser.
Oh, okay.
A little teaser.
We're saving it. We're saving it. That's fair enough.
And then make sure to leave comments on what you want us to talk about if you have anything, any suggestions. We do have Spotify as well.
Yep.
Recording in the description.
Yeah, our recording times have kind of changed a little bit this week, and we're still kind of figuring out when we want to record stuff, especially with like life going on. I know we both got some jobs that are coming up that might change the scheduling a bit.
We got JOBs, guys.
Yeah,
shocker, right?
2 JOBs. I got 2 JOBs. So we'll see how it goes with what's going on with that. We'll make sure we'll keep posting the 2 episodes a week. We'll try to keep up with that the best we can.
Try our best.
Yeah, we'll try our best. Sports wise, at the moment, obviously it's going to be the vintage, the recap. Flyers hockey is going to be back, so we can talk about how they possibly are going to suck more. We'll see if they get any improvements. At the moment, I have no teasers for you for what's to come on the next overtime episode, though, on a topic basis. So it'll be a surprise. A little surprise for you guys.
It'll be a surprise. If you want to see if you like surprises, then tune in.
And please do actually leave a comment if you have anything you want us to talk about. We'll absolutely talk about it.
Leave a like, ring that bell.
Bruh. Anything else after that?
I think you're dragging it.
No, you're dragging it.